What is going on, boys and girls? My name is Size, and today I'm going to be showing you guys my ranged Deadeye build. Now, this build absolutely shreds everything. I was fighting enemies, as you can see here, that were 4 levels above me. I was level 18, fighting 22s and just shredding them. This build it does so much damage, it's insane. You can literally face roll content. It is so easy to just shred through enemies with this build. But without any further ado, let's just get right into the build. So let's talk about what breed you want to go for this build. Now, the breed that I went with is Primal. I like the way he looked, plus he has 4% critical chance, and that is the highest critical chance you can get after the start with a breed. Now, Murgle does have the same crit chance with a little bit higher loot chance in Barter, but I really didn't care about the Barter or the loot chance, and I really kind of didn't like the way he looked, so I went with Primal. But you can feel free to go with Murgle or Primal. And I guess if you wanted to go with a little bit of a different approach to the build, you could go for FIP. He does have 1% less crit chance, but that isn't really that insane, and he has higher intellect than the other two breeds. So it's up to you, but if you want to try to make this build work the best possible, go Primal or Murgle. Obviously, the class you want to go for is Deadeye, because it wouldn't work if you didn't go Deadeye, obviously, as this is a Deadeye build. So now let's get in and let's start talking about your stats, where you want to distribute your points when you level up. So what you mainly want to go for is you want to go for luck. You want to, in my opinion, try to get above 80% critical chance. That is where you're going to start seeing this build really shine. Once you get a right around above 80, 85 crit chance, you can start putting some points in vitality. Now, obviously, your gear is going to have a big part of your crit chance, so just make sure that you're counting into that if you're changing your gear up. You know that your luck might be 70 or 65 without some of your gear. Just make sure that you're building your gear as well as you're putting your points into luck and trying to get around that 80% critical range. This way the build, like I said, can really shine. But besides luck and intellect, you can put your points pretty much anywhere. You can do move speed. That's what I've been doing, putting a little bit of there in, just because just because it's nice to have a little bit more move speed, but we really don't need charisma or strength and intellect. We really don't use that many abilities, so it's kind of pointless. So definitely vitality and luck, and agility is the last thing to worry about. But luck being #1 priority. So let's get into the gear here. So my gear that I'm running, I am just, like I said, for my armor, I'm just running gear that gives me the highest crit chance, and I am then just snapping on add-ons here to just give me the highest crit chance I can possibly get. Now this is a piece of gear you will get from doing the mission for Juju, which I have. I'll link that in the description. It's the one where you you have to do in order to unlock trim to rechange your appearance. So once you do that, you get a free an armor set, and this chest piece is actually like it's really good. It gives you 4 add-ons, no stats, but a high crit chance, and the add-ons are really nice to get that crit chance even higher. But like I said, beyond that, just go for crit chance on all your gear, and for your add-ons, more crit chance as well. And like I said, try to get above that 80% range for critical chance. Now let's get into my weapons that we're using here. So the weapon of choice, we're using the Sparkertron. I have a link also, I'll put in the description on how to get this weapon. Now this weapon is really good. You can start using this at level 18. It has a really good perk, Momentum. Basically increases fire rate by 10% for every shot, and it resets when the magazine is emptied. Now I did add some add-ons here, gave it more ammo, more damage, so on and so forth. But this is a really good rifle to start with this build, and it does high damage. Now the other rifle you can run is this one here that I created. Now I need to update this one and make it a lot better, but Sling, the perk Sling at the bottom right, basically increases the damage by 5% and the spread of the shots by 2 degrees per shot out the gun. So what you want to do for this type of perk, you only want to, go for a high damage as well as high crit chance, and just try to max that mag out as much as you can. Get it the highest, possible you can. And the damage you'll start to see on this, like this, the last few bullets off the mag is already doing equal damage to this, this weapon right here, which obviously has a lot more higher base damage. So if you can get that, to really skyrocket, you know, get that parts that you want and a rarity and all that, you can make that what do you call it? You can make this gun do a lot of high damage. But those two perks though, Sling and Momentum, are the ones you're going to be looking for when building guns for this build. That's the most what do you call it? You're going to get a lot of damage, and you're going to really start to see the build shine with those type of perks. So now let's get into the abilities that we're going to be using for this build. Alright, so the abilities we're going to be using for the build, you're going to be wanting to run a light, what do you call it, aura playthrough for this. Now, we're going to be using freeze mostly. It's a really good ability to, what do you call it, get them out of your face if they get in, or too close, and it also is a nice freeze to, you know, kind of allow you to, you know, stop them and just unload damage on them without having the need to worry about them attacking you. And it's a good, you know, it's a good crowd control ability. Our next ability, though, that we're running is Blaze, just because it's a really nice dash ability to get in, get out real quick, and also does a little bit of damage. But besides that, that's really the only reason why we're running Blaze. And our last ability that we're running is the Fungi ability, just because it's nice ability, like I said, to jump around, get enemies, the small enemies out of your way, or get to different parts of an area that you normally can't get to without this ability. Now, our fourth ability, you can pretty much fill in whatever you want. I was trying to look to see exactly what fourth ability we would want, and I'm probably thinking we're going to want a Levitate. I think Levitate is going to work really well for this. I just don't have enough side points to get it right now. I'm missing one. But Levitate definitely is probably going to be the last ability to fill in here. But obviously, you know, for the abilities, you guys can change them and make them however you want. But I would definitely go for Levitate, Freeze, Blaze, and what do you call it, Fungi for your last ability. But with that being said, let's get into the perks we're going to be running. Now, the perks we're going to be running here is you're going to be wanting to pick up basically all the Deadeye perks besides Gunslinger, because dual wield has absolutely no benefit to us. Crackshot, non-automatic rifles inflict 20% more attack damage. That's good. More damage is always good. Quick reload, the reload time for ranged weapons reduced by 25%. Now we're going to be perfect reloading, but this helps to an extent. If you miss a perfect reload, you get, you know, the time to reload is a lot, what do you call it, less time consuming than it normally would be without this perk. So it's definitely a nice, what do you call it, just a nice quality of life perk to have, and you can get it basically right off the bat when you start playing the game. So it's a nice ability to pick up early on. Our next ability we're going to go for is Sniper. Non-automatic rifles have a 10% critical chance bonus. More crit, obviously, you know, it's always nice to have more crit, so just pick it up. And our last ability, this is where our last perk for Deadeyes is, this is where you're going to start seeing the damage really pop up, is that two-handed guns inflict double damage. Now this is huge, honestly. Like I said, if you're doing just say like 1,000, right, and you get this ability, you're already doing 2,000. So the damage increase you get from this ability is insane, so definitely get this as soon as possible. Well, let's get into the general perks here. The general ones I've got is Luck Out. Loot chances increased by 10%. Nice just to have, you know, more loot chance to get better materials and weapons, stuff like that when you're looting, and parts. The next one is Clip Tech. Ranged weapons can fire 25% more shots before needing to be reloaded, which is nice for both perks, Momentum and Sling. Those two perks really benefit from this. You know, obviously having more shots before you need to reload makes, you know, your DPS go up, and just makes you able to, you know, fire more shots. So it's definitely nice, and the damage increase that you'll get from Sling, or the fire rate increase you'll get from Momentum, is definitely, you know, more helpful. Obviously, the more bullets you can shoot, so it really benefits both the perks for both our weapons. Technician, ranged weapons have their attack speed increased by 10%. More attack speed means more DPS, you know, quicker fire rate, so on and so forth. So just more damage helps. Gunsmith, ranged weapons have their attack damage increased with 10% or by 10%. Same thing, more attack damage means more DPS, more damage, blah blah blah. So, you know, more damage is always good. And then Perfect Reload is the perk you start with. Your ranged weapons are reloaded instantly. Your next magazine is granted 20% damage. So this, like I said, is good. Let me show you real quick. So basically, if we're firing, right? Let me get low enough. If you look at my ammo at the bottom right, once it turns red, you can press R. Yeah, you can press R, like I said, and it'll perfect reload it. So you don't have to go through the whole reload animation. Now, this magazine has 20% increase of damage. So you're going to be doing more damage. You're going to be able to skip the reload animation. You're going to be able to, you know, do more DPS. And it's basically, you're going to be able to just non-stop fire. You're going to be able to sit there and shoot, you know what I'm saying? bam, 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 bam. And then once you get to that threshold and you're like, okay, bang, you reload, you're able to fire again. So definitely always try to keep perfect reload up 100% of the time. More damage is always good. And that is basically the last of the perks. The rest of these perks really don't really do that much to us. You can get trigger tech, that'll probably be the next one I get, but just reload time reduced. I mean, if we're perfect reloading, we never reload, so it doesn't really help. And then like you can get plating just for more armor, and then pretty much from there, you know, it's pretty much you're done with perks. So pretty much it. Also for our Wong Fu, for range combat and rifles, the best one is Unstoppable Duck, just because it does do a good amount of damage and it knocks enemies over. But I mean, for this build, we're kind of just using the attack speed of the weapon, so Unstoppable Duck really doesn't do that much. Yeah, but I mean, beyond that, you also, for automatic rifles, I haven't really gotten anything just because it requires a melee and I'm going for full range build. But I mean, you can get Boom Dove if you really want to. But that's pretty much it for the perks and the mutations and your gear and where you want to put your points into. So that's pretty much the build. Let me show you some gameplay now. But that's it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy the video, definitely hit that like button. Helps me with the YouTube algorithm, gets my video out to more people, and just generally tells me that you guys are enjoying these type of videos. Also, if you want to get notified when a new video goes out, definitely hit that subscribe button so you get notified. And if you guys are interested, I do have a community Discord I made, so if you guys want to hop in there, you know, just chill and vibe with the community or ask me questions about Biomutant or other things in general, you can. I'll have a link to the Discord in the description. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got in store for you today, guys. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night, depending on, you know, where you guys live. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.